Beneath Antarctica's desolate, frozen surface lies a continent vast and largely unexplored, a realm of unparalleled cold and silence. But what if, beneath miles of ice, perfectly preserved, lay not just ancient rocks, but entire ecosystems of dinosaurs, frozen solid in time? To grasp the staggering implications, we first need to rewind the clock, peeling back the layers of ice and eons of Earth's history. Today, Antarctica is a glacial titan, holding 90% of the world's ice and average temperatures plummeting to -50 degrees Celsius. It's a land of penguins, seals, and the occasional intrepid researcher. But this wasn't always its story. Hundreds of millions of years ago, Antarctica was a very different place. It was a central piece of the supercontinent Gondwana, nestled closer to the equator, enjoying a mild, even subtropical climate. Lush forests of ferns, conifers, and flowering plants carpeted the land, nourished by ample rainfall. Rivers meandered through verdant valleys, emptying into a warm ocean. And, critically, dinosaurs roamed these ancient Antarctic landscapes. We know this not from frozen specimens, but from the fossil record. Paleontologists have unearthed fragmented bones, footprints, and fossilized plant remains from the trans-Antarctic mountains, revealing creatures like the towering sauropodomorph Glacialosaurus and the fearsome theropod Cryolophosaurus. These finds are precious, offering glimpses into a prehistoric world. But they are mere shadows, petrified remnants. What if instead we found the real thing? The transformation of this lush, dinosaur-filled continent into the icy wasteland we know began around 34 million years ago, a dramatic shift linked to the breakup of Gondwana. As Australia and South America finally pulled away, the Antarctic Circumpolar Current was born, a powerful oceanic river that began to circle the continent, isolating it thermally. Warm currents no longer reached its shores, and temperatures plummeted. Ice sheets began to form, slowly at first, then inexorably, growing thicker and more expansive over millions of years, eventually burying mountains under miles of solid ice. This process of deep freezing, relentless and all-encompassing, is the key to our what-if scenario. Imagine if, somewhere within those immense ice sheets, entire layers of Earth, complete with their inhabitants from that ancient warmer time, were not just fossilized, but flash-frozen and entombed. The moment of discovery would shatter our understanding of paleontology. We're talking about more than just bones. Imagine seismic surveys, perhaps conducted for mineral exploration or climate research, returning anomalous readings deep beneath the ice. Not of rock, but of organic matter, dense and vast. Or perhaps a deep drilling operation, probing for ancient atmospheric gases, unexpectedly brings up a core sample not just of ice, but of a dark, clay-like soil containing a perfectly preserved feather, or even a section of skin complete with scales. The scientific world would erupt. News agencies across the globe would run with headlines that sound like science fiction. Dinosaurs found frozen in Antarctica. It would eclipse every other scientific discovery of the last century. The initial challenge would be immense. Excavating anything from miles beneath Antarctic ice is an undertaking of colossal proportions. We're not just chipping away at a few feet of permafrost. We're talking about temperatures that would instantly freeze exposed skin, pressures that could crush submarines, and a logistical nightmare of transporting heavy equipment, personnel, and power to the most hostile environment on Earth. Specialized ice-penetrating radar, advanced drilling techniques, and perhaps even geothermal melting systems would be deployed. The sheer volume of ice to be removed would be staggering, requiring new engineering solutions. We might see the construction of vast, pressurized, heated research stations beneath the ice, creating artificial caverns around the discovery site, a true marvel of human ingenuity. But the rewards, oh, the rewards! The scientific payoff would be beyond anything we can currently conceive. Imagine the first successful retrieval. A fully intact dinosaur, perhaps a juvenile Cryolophosaurus. Its skin color still vibrant, its eyes glassy and unfocused, every muscle fiber and organ preserved. The amount of information contained within a single specimen would rewrite textbooks overnight. But the rewards, oh, the rewards! The scientific payoff would be beyond anything we can currently conceive. Imagine the first successful retrieval. A fully intact dinosaur, perhaps a juvenile Cryolophosaurus. Its skin color still vibrant, its eyes glassy and unfocused, every muscle fiber and organ preserved. The amount of information contained within a single specimen would rewrite textbooks overnight. We could study their exact physiology, the structure of their hearts, the capacity of their lungs, the composition of their blood. Their original skin patterns and colors would finally be revealed, moving beyond educated guesses based on melanin preservation in fossilized feathers. We could see for the first time the true living appearance of these creatures, not just their skeletal frameworks. Beyond individual specimens, the discovery of entire frozen ecosystems would be a treasure trove. Imagine finding a small herd of herbivores, a predatory theropod lurking nearby, and the flora they fed on, all locked in a moment of time. We could analyze stomach contents with unprecedented precision, reconstructing ancient food webs down to the cellular level. What did a glaciolosaurus eat for its last meal? What parasites afflicted the dinosaurs of ancient Antarctica? How did they interact with their environment and each other? This would provide a complete holistic picture of a prehistoric biome, offering insights into climate, botany, and animal behavior that are currently impossible with only fossilized bone fragments. And then there's the big one, DNA. While the idea of extracting viable dinosaur DNA for cloning, a la Jurassic Park, is still firmly in the realm of science fiction due to the extreme fragility and degradation rate of DNA over millions of years, even fragmented, heavily degraded DNA would be revolutionary. We could potentially sequence sections of their genetic code, filling in colossal gaps in our understanding of evolutionary biology. We could determine their exact genetic relationships to modern birds and reptiles, tracing the branches of the tree of life with incredible accuracy. We might even find evidence of ancient diseases, viruses, or bacteria perfectly preserved, offering a window into prehistoric microbial life and coevolution. Such discoveries would have profound implications for fields like astrobiology, informing our search for life on other planets and underscoring the incredible resilience and diversity of life on Earth. The geopolitical ramifications would be equally monumental. The Antarctic Treaty System, which currently designates the continent for peaceful scientific research and prohibits military activity or resource exploitation, would be put under immense strain. Who would have jurisdiction over these incredible finds? Would it be the nation that found them? Or would the discovery be declared a shared heritage of humankind, managed by an international body? The scientific race to understand these dinosaurs would undoubtedly fuel a new kind of Cold War, a scientific and logistical competition for access and resources. Research bases would proliferate, and national claims to Antarctic territories currently suspended might see renewed vigor as nations jockey for control over these unparalleled scientific riches. Public reaction, too, would be a force unto itself. Beyond the initial shock and awe, there would be philosophical and ethical debates. The sheer spectacle of perfectly preserved ancient life would spark conversations about our place in the natural world, the fragility of existence, and the incredible passage of time. Art, literature, and media would undoubtedly be saturated with imagery and stories of these frozen behemoths. New scientific disciplines might emerge, dedicated solely to the study of these cryo-dinosaurs. Ethically, the world would grapple with questions of preservation versus study. Should these specimens be thawed and dissected, Or should some be kept frozen as untouched reserves for future generations and technologies? What if ancient microbes or viruses were to be released upon thawing, organisms that current life forms have no immunity against? The risks, though potentially remote, would demand unprecedented levels of biocontainment and ethical oversight. The very act of interfering with such ancient, untouched life would challenge our moral boundaries. The discovery would fundamentally change our perception of Earth's history, not just for the dinosaurs, but for the planet itself. The surrounding ice and rock would provide an unparalleled record of ancient atmospheric composition, volcanic activity, and climate shifts, all anchored to the precise moment these creatures lived and died. We would gain an astonishingly clear picture of the world during the late Cretaceous or early Paleogene periods, offering vital data for understanding long-term climate change and its effects on ecosystems. Ultimately, finding dinosaurs frozen beneath Antarctica wouldn't just be a scientific discovery, it would be a profound revelation about the deep past of our planet, a tangible bridge across tens of millions of years. It would humble us with the scale of geological time